Olympic practice and they said somebody tried to dunk on Jordan or whatever it was. They talk shit to him, whatever. And then he just obliterates them in this practice. Those are exactly the moments that I want from LeBron. Like, I want LeBron to be the most dominant figure in basketball, like physically, and watching him pass the ball and do all these things. I'm like, if he had that animal that is borderline unsettling when you look at him, right?
Yes,
like
it is.
Like if he had that kind of like, oh, I'm a little freaked out by this, but I love it.
Yeah, 100%. Again, that game in 2012, you go watch those highlights. It was unbelievable. He got fouled, never looked at the ref, like didn't complain. It was just all it was I don't care what happens. I'm going to play every minute and beat whoever's on the other side of the court.
It was the best post game I've ever, it was a halftime interview. He goes, at the very end, he goes, I plan on playing every minute of the second half. After he played every single minute of the first half. I was like, he could play 2 basketball games in a row and be fine. Like, he is physically the most capable human being who's ever played.
Rides his bike to the stadium or to the arena.
Yes. Miami, not in Cleveland.
No.
Yeah.
The other Jordan thing
that
the things I liked so much about the first 2 episodes was they showed the things I remember, and then they filled me in on the before and after the game, the playoff game against the Celtics where he scored 60 some points, the record. I knew that he did that. I remembered. I knew they lost. I forgot he got hurt in the 3rd or 4th game of the season, sat out the whole year. They told him, you can come back. It's on a minute restriction.
Yes.
And he almost killed someone because he couldn't play. And then they told him, listen, it's healed 90%, but the 10% chance that you break it again, your career is over. You're done. And he was like, yeah, great, I'll play. I don't know why we're even talking about this. So he's on the minute restriction. They barely make the playoffs by a game. They're like 35 and 50. I don't know whatever their record was, right? That doesn't add up to 82, but they get to the playoffs and the minute restriction's off. And they're playing the Celtics. He comes out and scores 40-something the first game, and they lose. So the team was Larry Bird, Ainge, McHale, Bill Walton. Like, they were loaded.
Yeah.
And
champions.
And Larry Bird was like, I've never seen anything like it. And they lost. They lost the series. It wasn't even close. The whole thing was about the 63 points in the game, but the game before he was probably even better. He hadn't played all year leading up to that point. Like, that whole playoff series, I don't remember that. That was like awesome to see.
Magic and Larry were, I would say Larry more so, as competitive as Jordan. Like, they would cut you if they thought they were going to lose to you. They did not want to lose. So they're not these guys that are always known to like compliment their peers.
No.
In their mind, no one was really their equal. But then there was that moment in part 1 where Magic Johnson is talking about Jordan, and he's like, he could jump higher than anyone. He had this ball handling, his fundamentals. Like, he just knew, like, all right, this is like the upgraded version of me.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I have to.
The other thing was cool to hear.
Okay.
Did you hear? It was like maybe 30 seconds, but they mentioned like tanking, which I thought like literally tanking started in 2010, but they were like when the year Matt you were talking about where Jordan they weren't going to bring him back because they were trying to
minute restrictions.
The minute restrictions so they could get a higher draft pick. I was like, hey, that's tanking.
That's funny. I thought
either.
tanking started when basketball teams' wins fluctuated my paycheck. It's good to know that wasn't the case. I feel slightly better about that scenario.
But even better to know that Jordan wouldn't allow it.
Yes, that's unbelievable.
That's true.
It was funny. There's so many things on TV right now that I almost every night don't watch anything because I can't decide. And Lauren and I have very opposite tastes in TV. We settled on a show called Succession. I don't know if you guys seen it. Solid. But anyway, so I'm watching The Last Dance, and Lauren comes down. I'm like, I really don't want to turn this off. And she sits down. She's like, this is good. So we start watching it, and we're only 2 of 10 episodes in, and there's so much that's out already about it. Like, I have 10 things that are amazing I never knew, like things I don't remember, and two of 10 episodes. There's so much more left.
So they're
Who's in
gonna,
that?
Um,
Sorry, I'm back to Succession real quick.
Macaulay Culkin's brother.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah.
He's awesome in it, by the way.
I'm gonna have
Sorry,
to look
John, we
into that.
Succession.
show.
I haven't
Yeah,
watched.
I haven't watched. Yeah, I've watched
We
it.
started watching it because the company that's in it is sort of like a Comcast-esque company. They own, movie studios and TV and or amusement parks. So I'm like, I probably should watch this. Steal some inside secrets.
I heard it's awesome. What's that on
Yeah.
HBO?
Yeah.
Home box office.
Home box office.
So my last thing about the Jordan thing, if we want to move on, is there was I don't know if it was actually in the second episode or it was like a preview for episode 3. It was an argument between
Break it down.